Some people are just losers. For the past 10 years, we've had what's known as the culture wars. And the culture wars have basically been the right wing and the left wing scuffing up against each other for about 10 years. It all started way back in 2014 with Gamergate, and arguably even further back in 2008 with Occupy Wall Street. But as we've moved into the 2020s, you'll notice that the right and left don't talk to each other anymore, and there's very good reasons for that. Back in the early days of the culture wars, it was very much a debate. You know, the left and the right would talk to each other. They did have animosity towards each other, but there were, strong debates, and there was still communication going on between the two sides. Now the two sides will actively encourage the police to keep the opposing sides away from each other. And I can't blame the right for that. And arguably, I can't even blame the left for wanting to keep the right away from them, because the left are losers and the right are winners. And naturally, the winners don't want to have to hang around with smelly, resentful losers who hate themselves and are just going to make what would have otherwise been a good day into a shitstorm. And on the other side, the losers don't want to hang around with the winners because it'll make the losers realise how pathetic and stupid they are. I mean, these images say it all for themselves, really, don't they? Just look and analyse these two images here. On the left, we have a left-wing Palestine protest. Palestine for a country that's nowhere near the UK and should have nothing to do with us, but because we've got Palestine communities here, I suppose it's now an issue here. And on the right wing, you've got your typical Brexit lads going out for a good day out and showing their support for the country. And just look at the faces, look at what they're wearing, look at what's going on. On the left side here and the Palestine protest, they've all got their mouths open. They're all shouting, going, I want this, I want that, I want more free money. They're all very angry, very, going, I fucking hate everything. It's too cold on this fucking country. I mean, look at them. It's not even fucking raining there. I'd guess the temperature there is probably like, 10 degrees? 10 degrees Celsius? Look at this silly Billy over here. She's got a fucking hood up as if it's like, fucking Arctic conditions. And then you've got this woman on the left here with a big fluffy lion's coat going on over here. I mean, what's all this about? This is just pampered kids, really, isn't it? This is kids from, like Richmond upon Thames, kids from Henley, kids from the depths of Surrey who've come out in their mummies' Range Rovers for a little protest that they can put on Instagram. But of course, it's too cold if it's 10 degrees Celsius, so they got to get their coat out that costed them 800 quid. Really, on the left-hand side, you're seeing a collection of losers who can't go outside without a raincoat on. Meanwhile, look at what we've got on the right here. Everyone with their heads nicely screwed on, nice stern expressions, clearly high testosterone levels. There's no deer in headlights going on here on the right hand side. Everyone's got their frowny faces on, which, by the way, is a marker of testosterone in males. If you look like a deer in headlights, you've got little to no testosterone. The normal expression for a man is what this guy in the black polo shirt is expressing there with his deep frowny eyebrows. That is the normal male expression, and that is perfectly healthy. And when you've not got those stern facial expressions, you've got happy smiles. You've got people, enjoying themselves. Look at them. They're all having a right laugh. Must be a right laugh to go out and, have a nice little wander around with all your mates. And once it's all over, got time for a pint after this, mate? This is the dichotomy we're dealing with here in this country. We've got the loser brigade on the left here, and we've got ordinary Brexit geezers just looking to have a nice day out, show support for their country, and tell the Muslim rape gangs to stop raping our children. You really can tell a lot about someone just from analysing their facial expressions and what kind of clothes they're wearing and how they generally carry themselves about in situations like this. In both of these protests, people are showing their true colours. And, I mean, if you just look with your own eyes and see what these people are like, really, need I say any more? I mean, would you want to be friends with one of these women here in this big red box? The ones with their mouths open going, ah, ah, And then you've got this woman with a beaky nose going, you've got this man who go, Palestine. And you've got this, this woman over here with her lips going, oh, I need to wrap myself up. Yeah. Meanwhile, look at the Brexit lads. You'd want to talk to any one of these geezers, wouldn't you? Look at them. You could have a pint with any one of these lads and you could have a fantastic conversation with them for hours about something. You just know you could. Whereas with the people on the left here, it would be a 10-second conversation before they just piss you off and you walk away. And so the takeaway from this video really is to understand that some people are just losers and you shouldn't associate with losers. You know, the more time you spend around losers, it's going to drag your energy down. And really, I think that's what they're after. They're after that attention. I mean, look at the green smoke woman here carrying a little green smoke, doing that just in case anyone had forgotten that she was there. Just to remind everyone, by the way, I am here. Make sure that you notice me, because otherwise we'd all just ignore her because she's got nothing to say. You couldn't have a conversation with anyone on the left here. But any of these geezers on the right, I guarantee you could have a cracking conversation with them because the people on the right here have got their heads screwed on. They've got their lives together. They've got families. They've got kids. They've got good jobs. They've got good morals. They're probably religious to a certain degree. And if they're not religious to a certain degree, they've got strong morality. They believe in doing the right thing and standing up for what's right, etc. People on the left, these people don't believe standing up for doing what's right. I mean, shouting at nothing and wearing your silly little lion coat that cost a fuck ton of money. That's not getting out there to make a stand about something that's important to you. That's just going out there to show off your own narcissism. I mean, we've seen it before where at left-wing protests, they just get their phones out. A lot of the white girls, they get their phones out and they start, taking Instagram selfies with the peace sign. It's like, look at me. I'm at the Palestine protest. You don't see people on the right doing that. When people on the right have their phones out, it's because they're doing a YouTube live. They're doing a YouTube live to all the Brexit geezers and they're going, cool, hello, lads. Right, I'm live here at the Tommy Robinson rally. Oh, good energies, mate, good energies. They're just doing their little live streams. Some people are just losers, and you shouldn't feel pressured into associating with losers. You shouldn't feel pressured into debating with losers. When losers give stupid opinions, just block them. The left do it to us, so why aren't we doing it to them? Why are we giving any of their opinions any time of the day whatsoever? If you are a loser with your mouth wide open, shouting at the world because you're insecure, that should be immediately obvious and we should just not listen to anything you have to say. Stop listening to losers. It will help you so much in terms of having a nice, stable life away from freaks.